well, so he's got rounds under his belt.
I would say that the answer to that is yes.
Round 2 begins here live at the Galen Center on the campus of USC in downtown Los Angeles. You are watching live internet coverage, Showtime Boxing, on Facebook Live. We know there was a lot of social media buzz and internet buzz leading up to this broadcast, but we're glad that you found us here in the first 15 minutes of the broadcast and can join us for this maiden voyage. A lot of you may have watched the Joshua fight on Showtime earlier today. We'll talk about that coming up in just a bit. No spoilers just at this moment as to what happened there in the UK, but we will tell you and have some follow-up news in the heavyweight division as well. And then again, at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, we will sign off of this stream, and you all can flip over to Showtime to watch 2 World Championship fights live in Los Angeles.
A couple of nice straight lefts by Lubin to the body, then to the head. Now he loops one of those lefts. He can fight both orthodox and southpaw, although he is partial to fighting southpaw with that strong lead right hand.
Cabrera's is, by almost everyone's estimation, his biggest step up in competition. Again, Cabrera coming in at 23-1.
Not a bum.
But Lubin hasn't really fought many bums. He's never faced a fighter with a losing record. You know, if you got a kid with super talent, you feed him in the first 5 fights or so. These 3-18 fighters, these just ham and egg guys who come out to make a few $100. And now Lubin pours it on, and there's a second round knockdown for Erickson Lubin.
He just overwhelmed them there with both hands.
Cabrera gathers himself, looks good to go. And back into the fray comes Lubin, trying to end it right here. A second knockdown. And he stands over to Mug for a second, which will slow the count for a moment.
Did you see the 3 right hands ended it? 3 quick right hands. That's talent. Scott, that's what I'm talking about. Something that you can take away and say, I remember that kid. And that's also, when you score a win like that and you leave an impression in people's minds, you remember the kid's charismatic. You remember the ability. It's something to take with you. And that is also, from my perspective, time well spent. What do you need an Olympic medal for, or a bad Olympic decision potentially, if you're going to go out and earn your money like that?
Erickson Lubin, 21 years old, just overwhelmed within, 3-4 minutes. A fighter at 37 years old who had 24 professional fights and had only lost once. Cabrera absolutely starched in the second round. Look at it one more time.
He'd had enough.
Now, Lubin, that was the first knockdown, and here comes the second one where Cabrera is just trying to get his win back up against the ropes. It just goes down. There was nothing there for Cabrera.
By the way, I know that we're short on irony here, but Cabrera did have a decorated amateur career. As a Pan Am Games gold medalist, and an Olympian. It didn't do him much good here. I grant you that was a long time ago, but youth was served here.
Well, he barely broke a sweat to take care of business here in front of the crowd in Los Angeles. Well, the stoppage was pretty obvious. Might not have got up from a 10 count anyway. The Hammer Lubin asked who his favorite fighter was. Named a few guys, Floyd Mayweather on the current scene, but he also said Marvin Hagler was one of his favorite fighters. And he was asked one time, how would you do against Hagler? He said, both of us would end up in the hospital, is what Lubin said.